Thanks, guys. Welcome to our auction rooms here in Cambridge. Those of you who are standing, there is some room if you could take some seats as well. You need to be very aware of our social distancing, so although on Friday we go to larger groups, we do need to remain in our bubbles. So hopefully, Margaret, you just pop that gentleman's bubble, and hopefully he's happy about it. So on behalf of the sellers of the properties here today, I introduce myself, Stephen Charles, your auctioneer, and here to help you through today's purchasing of the properties. I'd like to thank you too for your signing of the registers, and there is sanitizer on the way out, and we'll make our way through. Of course, as we get through post-COVID marketplace, it's a very busy marketplace. A number of transactions have been completed this month by the Bailey's crew, certainly voting against the media speculation that the market may change. Our view of it has been somewhat different in the actual contracts that have been going up in place. I'd also like to extend a warm welcome to our online audience, not looking in your eyes, Mark, but through the camera there. Of course, with COVID, we learn new things, and all of our auctions are live streamed through the internet, so those parties that aren't physically in the room or you're bidding by telephone, you can also see a wonderful picture as we go through. I'm going to go through the conduct of auction shortly, of course, but you do need to be aware in a cash unconditional basis in which you're bidding on the terms and conditions as supplied to you through the marketing period. The final documentation is available to you at the entranceway. You're bidding on a cash unconditional basis, which means all of your due diligence is completed before today's date. That may involve legal requirements and eyes over the contract with your solicitors, builders reports or LIM reports, council advice into what has been done to the property or what can be done in the future. And of course your finance does need to be in order. We do call for a 10% deposit today as part payment of the purchase price. The balance is due on the settlement dates as stated, or such other arrangement as you do have in the variations signed by our sellers. And of course, just a reminder, you need to be aware of your Overseas Investment Act obligations as purchasers. In simple terms, if you're a New Zealand resident or citizen, an Australian of the same, or a Singaporean resident or citizen, you can bid on the properties. If you're outside of those groups, you need a consent, and of course you can't grab a consent without having a contract. So we ask for those parties of other internationalities to refrain from bidding. We can deal with you afterwards if the properties aren't sold. Now the conduct of auction, I'll get the girls to bring that up for me. Is simple. We have a reserve price for each of the properties. Subject to the reserve price being reached, the highest bidder will be declared the purchaser. In the event that we don't get to the reserve price during the auction, then Anthony Merrington, our newly announced branch manager for the Cambridge office, he'll approach the highest bidder and give you the first opportunity during the auction under auction terms to come to an acceptable level with our sellers. We do that during the auction because the benefit of both parties is the certainty of the sale. In the event that we don't get to an agreement, then the property will be set aside and any party can treat with their owners, and we do have one party where the conditional interest is lining up for it. So I encourage you, if you're within your budget, put your best foot forward, and then you both get to receive the prize. Secondly, in the conductive auction there, you have a reserve price. I've stated that. Once bidding starts, I'll nominate risers which reflect the value of the property. They'll be appropriate for the levels of the property. If your strategy is outside of my nomination, I'm happy to take a question. I'll remind you I can refuse bids, not in the habit of doing so, but if they're very small increments, it's not enough to separate yourselves, or in the best interest of the properties, I may decline those for you. I'll be the sole arbitrator of disputes. A dispute will only happen if you both want the same number and we can't separate you from advancing the bidding. And I can also place vendor bids. So there's no limit on the number of vendor bids placed by auctioneers in New Zealand, but only one party can bid, so I'll nominate myself for that role, and any vendor bid that's placed will be clearly stated as such, so you'll know whether you're bidding against a telephone bidder or those parties on the floor or myself. For successful purchases, we will ask you to remain behind. We'll sign the documentation. There's a memorandum, consent to enter into the agreement and the GST schedule. We'll do that following the auction. Of course, with 3 properties, it won't take too long for you, and any discussion on the properties we'll do outside of the room, so you can have a private conversation as far as that's concerned. The girls, of course, they're going to put through the bidding on the screen for you, so you'll have a visual reference, and that will help the online bidding course. And Mark, I guess you're just here to put the mute in. Good job for the general manager, isn't he? He gets to control the video, but he'll pick up sticks if we make any mistakes. Right, well, let's move through to the first offering now. We're heading to Mike Smith Drive. Mike Smith, great friend of mine actually, but number 51 at Mike Smith Drive, being marketed by Karen Good-Shelton, the first of the 2 properties a substantial home for you with the 5 bedrooms. Now we have a feasible estate here, a generous parcel of land of 1,762 square metres more or less, legally known as Lot 197, and record of title deposit plan is 511302 and the CT reference being 784658. Now your chattels which pass with the sale, they include the fixed wall coverings and blinds on the opening page, and if you turn to your further terms, as I will do now, you'll find the balance of those chattels, all the pages sticking together. Here we go, you've got the induction hob, including the 2 wall ovens, there's the dishwasher, the range hood, the refrigerator, the drapes, there's 2 heated towel rails, the TV bracket and the lounge is included, and the automatic garage door opener with its remote. I've got here dish but not installed. I presume it's not a food dish, it'll be a TV aerial dish. Yeah, there we go. I was going to say, if you've got an eye on the dishes, don't grab those. Right, so wonderful property. It's of course you've got the maturing setting out there at St Kilda at the lakes environment, and of course easy access to all of the wonderful environment there. Thousands of trees being planted in, and they're maturing up nicely now. You've got the easy cafe and a little commercial hub, and of course coming into town as a breeze from that location. This one enjoys the wonderful wetland views and also the Mangakawa Hill. If we take you on the inside of the property, you've got the 5 bedrooms as I stated. You've got both the formal and informal living areas, dual bathrooms and complemented by the double garaging also, and the size of the home when we go into the living areas, you've got those wonderful raked ceilings too, so that gives you some nice spacious feel. Quality appliances throughout, soft jaws are a highlight, and you've got the engineered stone in the bench top of the kitchen along with the scullery to keep all your bits and pieces tidied away when you can have friends around for dinner, and then to keep you warm, ducted air conditioning throughout the home. Both of the bathrooms tiled, and they have underfloor heating just to finish off your features. Separated 2 in the 2 wings, so you can throw the teenagers down one end if you want to stay away. This one with vacant possession will be provided to you with a quick settlement on the 5th of June or such other date as you previously agreed with our seller. Well, with this lack of any questions, I'm going to move to the opening bid. Who's going to start me away here at Lot 1? Property, of course, with its style and its presence of locations, getting a lot of interest through the property over the lockdown period, and then of course we released you out to the viewings in level 3. Where I'd like to start?
950.
950, and a good bid there, sir, and welcome to the bidding at $950,000. Let's go on tens from the level here at $950,000 there for the first call now at 950. Taking 60 if you like it there, and it's worth more than this at the level here now at 950. Bid me 60 on the second call if you like it. Third and final opportunity, the high bid here is at $950,000 there, and test the phone, they're coming in. They'll need to bid if they want to buy at 950. Last chance now for 10. All done, all signed. I won't leave it here. At 950, well, I'm going to take a bolder advance than the 10, so 975 with me. I'm happy to talk to you at $1 million. It's easily going to be worth that. Will you bid me $1 million?
Yep.
Looks like it's just you and me here today at this stage here at $1 million to bid. At $1 million with my start, a telephone bid elite to start. I'm still reaching out for the 10 if they've got it. Otherwise, we'll pause and talk here at $1 million now. Bid me long in 10s or 25s. You choose the increment of the 2 at $1 million now in second call. Third and final opportunity to bid to buy. All done. Need to be quick, Mel, and you probably need to be in the room if they're going to pass in instructions. Shake of the head. At $1 million, you're all done, all signed at $1 million. Appreciate your views there, sir. We're going to need some instructions, though, Anthony, at the level here, so we'll put a pause on the auction for that one. I'm going to move straight forward now to Lot 2. We'll just wait for those parties to find a comfortable environment. So Lot 2 in our order of sale, marketing agents being Rachel Waldegrave and Michael Parker at the back of the room. Of course, Rachel is my wife, and she's loving the new look of the auctioneer. Captain Haddock, she calls me at home there, and it's got a little bit grey over lockdown. I don't know if that's the stress of real estate. And Michael Parker, of course, locally placed. Well, this is a section that's changed over the years. We sold the original building on the property some years ago, and you can see that there's been quality homes built in the location, particularly taking advantage of the short stroll back into town here from number 8 Ada Close in Rutherford Park. You have a feasible estate. Your parcel of land is 402 square metres more or less. It is known as Lot 4. Deposit plan number is 526636 and a record identifier being 846116. Your channels list, of course, with the section is vacant, as is vacant possession provided to you in the middle of June, being the 16th of June of this year. So occupying one of the great locations, these aerial shots will show you the maturity of what's happening around you. You've got an easy interaction with strolls along the riverside, and as I said, back in here to the township. Quality new builds are surrounding you there, and of course it's elevated and it gives you a wonderful north view, so it's going to be capturing lots of sun in your design, and I encourage you to be brave in your design too, because your capital is going to be protected with what's happening around you there. Included in the package, you've already got council ready plans and purpose-built dwelling to take advantage of the locale, or you may wish to do your own under the guidance of the builders. And of course Cambridge is so popular with its easy access into the cities, Hamilton and Tauranga being easily placed, and of course going into the recreational facilities around the area is second to none. The sports capital of New Zealand, and some people will say the schooling capital too. You've got some great schools nearby for you, not to mention the Velodrome and the lake at Karapiro. Well, again, I'm going to look for an opening bidder offer here on this section. Who's going to start me away at Lot 2? Number 8, Ada Close. Property that's again received a number of inquiries over the marketing period. I will need you to start this one though. If we don't get a start from the floor, we'll deal straight with the conditional parties. I'll put the hammer down. I'll take your silence as my instruction. Rachel, have you set an asking price on the property you just said? So 449, so great value there in relation to the comparative sales evidence to the marketplace. So both Rachel and Michael are here to take your inquiries on Lot 2. So pass the property in, and we'll bring up the final property before returning to Lot 1. I'm heading now to number 1 in Shadbolt Drive, just off Cowley Drive over here in Leamington, one of the premium again, it used to be one of the premium lifestyle districts because it's so close to town. Of course, some wonderful properties built there over the years also. Now, this one itself has a simple estate for you, and a land area of 1,582 square metres. It is Lot 7. The deposited plan number is 80104, and a record of title being volume 64A, folio 794. Now, your channels list, I've got the fixed floor coverings, blinds, curtains and light fittings to start you off, and the other inclusions, the balance there include the induction hob and the electric oven. You've got the range hood, the dishwasher, the waste disposal unit, don't forget the drapes, the TV aerial along with the wood burner, 2 heat pumps and the ceiling fans. You've got 2 heated towel rails, the laundry tub and taps, the carpet in the garage, also the automatic garage door opener. There's the versatile shed with its sort of garage door opener, the outdoor water pressure pump, the garden shed, there's 2 more, and the irrigation system and the sparkle and its cover. The alarm system is included, but it's sold on an as-is whereas basis, so perhaps a little project for you. And then specifically excluded the fish bench, the dovecote and the bird bath. So they've sentimental to our owners, so they won't pass with the sale. Another property that gives you expansive section size, but also a bold home too, with the 4 bedrooms and double living areas as well. 4-car garaging stands out for me as something unique, but of course in its location, because you're so close to the township, you get to enjoy a wonderful lifestyle position and size without the extra work required of a larger lifestyle section. Open plan and its design on the inside there with the open plan kitchen and the dining area, plus you've got the livable lounge, entertaining area, multiple configurations possible through the home depending on your family's makeup. Keeping you warm there, that channels list included the heat pumps. There's also the wood burner with the wet back, and on the outside it all spills through from these living areas into that wonderful al fresco living area. Again, returning inside there, the master bedroom enjoys the ensuite walk-in wardrobe as you'd expect. I've got a very fair instruction from my seller. I'm going to move straight to the bidding here. We'd like to call an opening bid now at Lot 3. Number 1, Shadbolt. Property here, if you've put yourself in a unconditional basis, you'll take advantage of this competition, because I know you've got a number of parties lining up with houses to sell or building reports to complete before they participate. Anyone like to stake a claim? No, it looks like you're going to have the bun fight afterwards, Garrett, so we'll set the property aside. No bids advanced there, and if you want an inquiry with regards to value, Karen will take that for you. My understanding is it will be below RV, so that gives a very good buy in today's marketplace. I'm just going to take a pause before returning to lot 3. I won't keep you long, and I'll come back to you to close that one. Well, thank you for your patience, folks. Of course, important houses require important decisions, and there's been some good, robust discussion between the highest bidder and our seller. It's with great delight that I can announce that we've got an increased bid now to $1,155,000. I just need you to confirm that for me, sir, at the level there. We'll put that up on the screen there, $1,155,000. Just to repeat it, 55. Be good on the race call, wouldn't it, that one? And at this level I can sell the property, so we'll reopen the bidding, but if we don't have any advance, we will be selling, but I need another 100 on there. It'll be a very happy purchaser and a very unhappy owner and branch manager. There we go, that's the right number. $1,155,000 now for the first time we sell. Second call now, $1,155,000 for 51 Mike Smith Drive. It is going to be sold, it is gone and sold here. Congratulations, it's a stunning home here. So that brings the conclusion to today's auction. Thank you very much for your attendance. We welcome you back here in a fortnight's time where we do it all again. And of course, 2 properties very much available for your perusal. Asking prices set on both of those properties in the break, and agents keen to take your inquiry. Thank you, and we'll see you again. Look after yourselves, look after each other, and have a safe drive home.